Welcome back. I'm playing the Stanley Parable Deluxe Edition today. So I'm going to be exploring the story base, like pretty much the right path that the narrator is telling you to go on today. Let's just see where this ends up. I might diverge a little bit, but let's get into this. All right, let's see. Yeah. So now I'm gonna just pretty much focus on the main story. Yeah, thank you for
When
following.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, I'll go through a left door. There's a bunch of endings for this one, this way too.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Boss's office, yes. How do you get the new content unlocked? I don't know. I'll figure that out. I don't want to know.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
I pressed 5 on accident.
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
6.
And so the boss had assigned it an extra
thank you.
pin
Yeah,
number.
I really do appreciate it.
2845.
It's the same username.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
That's my brand account, but yeah. Just look up Overlord Jimmy. I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to upload more often.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
2 8 4 5.
28. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Man, that just got
he stepped
insanely
into the
dark.
opened passageway.
Let's go down.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Right? What question? I don't know. Let's go. This way.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind Control Facility. Yes. I follow you, narrator. I got you.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I want to figure out where the computer that you can plug in the terminal commands.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Oh.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers.
That's where I was just
The lives
earlier.
of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wish I could read what that says. I don't know what that says. That's the only one that's really different than the other ones.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to
Epic
believe
room.
it couldn't
Yeah.
be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
I wish I had a
Was this
bunch
the
of
only
monitors
reason
like
he
this
was happy
somewhere?
with his boring job? That
That'd be
his
fun to play
emotions
games
had
on.
been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Blind. Yes. I am blind to the
Here
world.
was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls
Mind
labeled
control
with
status
emotions.
offline.
Happy,
Alright.
or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this.
You definitely know that there's
And
a
as the cold
ending
reality
for
of
like
his past began
something with
sink
to do
in,
with like the
Stanley
lights or
decided that
something.
this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human
I heard
life.
it's really complicated
For
though.
he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Alright. Let's go this way. That one says mind control facility command or mind control idle awaiting input.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
I want control.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand.
I kind of
there's
blindly
only so
just
much
pressed
that
the
machine
on
can
button.
do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story
Alright.
off track,
Next
you're gonna
ending,
have to
we'll
do
do
much
that.
better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Oh.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now.
Yes, my
Shape it
story.
to your
Let's
heart's
go.
desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is.
I'll try
More
that.
time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
I'll do that after the
What's that?
yes
I'd like to know where your co-workers are.
to turn off
A
the
moment of
mind
solace
control
before
device.
you're obliterated.
ending.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine.
So that's
I set you
4.
free.
Where's
Of course,
one?
that was
One's
merely
over
in
here.
this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it,
One,
I simply let you sit there in your
2.
office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the
Where's
ground,
3?
swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to
Oh.
make sense of everything and take back
3's
the
over here.
control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
4's
I'm
over
sure
here.
whatever I come up with
I'm not
on
gonna
the
be able
next
to
go-around
get to
will be
5.
even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds
4.
left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why
Oh, sweet.
not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley?
5.
Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just
Back.
assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
1,
These numbered buttons.
2.
No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will
There's a
save
bunch
me.
of buttons.
Why would you
3.
think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in
4.
for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
5.
This is
Maybe
not
there's a
challenge.
6.
It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
Another
choice.
The screen is shaking.
Can't or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the
Alright, it's
moment
4,
of failure
3,
until the
2,
moment I say happily ever
1. Boom. Dang. Well, don't know that ending. That's a Kaboom Ending. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, I got new content unlocked. What's this?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This though.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find
the
an answer
broom
there.
closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs.
Let's do the
to his
elevator
boss's
up and down.
office.
In the boss's office now. And then we'll do the
Stepping into
yes
his
ending.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody.
I don't
He began
remember the
wildly
code
tearing
again.
through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books
2, 8,
off the shelf,
4,
looking
7.
behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
2845.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on
2845.
Stanley happened to
We got it.
input the correct
Let's go.
code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Let's go. Let's go. Alright. Now I can go up and down on this elevator. I want to see what that does.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Alright. Does it lead back to his boss's office? Oh. Alright, well, you definitely can't go back down. Alright, I guess
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office.
Now.
Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative.
Why do I keep on forgetting the code? Alright, I guess and now I can go down. Probably. Yep.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen,
Going down
how
again.
does he keep coming up with all of this? Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
Nope. Going back up.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
All right.
Oh my
Well,
God.
no music
It's the
again.
boss's office.
No, those
This
are
absolutely
trumpets.
changes
Okay,
everything
I got
for
it.
me.
Let's
Give
go.
me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
It's one of those things that dips into the coffee. Do they still make those things?
Okay,
I haven't
I'm
seen
ready.
one of those in
I'm
a
prepared to
long
embrace
time.
this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Ah. Okay. What?
All right, I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Master Stanley. I am Master Stanley. Alright, let's go down
Of
again.
course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Yep. Both stale and repetitive.
You know
And there's
what?
so many like different
I just thought
endings
of
to
something.
this. I don't even know
Hold
how
on,
many
let's stop
endings
for a
there are.
moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation,
Oh
Stanley.
shoot.
You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the
like to go
tension?
slow.
Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises?
I don't know if you could hear me when I said that. I said slow as my
The
molasses.
eventual reveal.
As an
This
ASMR
is
kind of.
storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley.
I'm alive.
Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why... Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
Oh, whoa. There's a different room.
The room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
World's healthiest human being. All the truth revealed. What? That's just eating salad. I don't even think eating salad only would be the healthiest thing in the world. How he did it. The pyramids. Live. The guy who went to Mars. Who is that guy? I don't know who he is. All eyes on you, Stanley. Live on stage. Is that what Stanley looks like? World Peace Baby. Amy with World Peace Baby. Aw.
Ah, yes, here it is.
The Stanley
just through
Parable
this door.
tonight live on stage. Stanley from the Stanley Parable tonight live on stage. The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the Q&A with the world's first scientific machine. Ah. Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great is dead. Died a long
Right.
time ago.
Are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of
To the
surprise
stage.
in
Welcome,
storytelling
Stanley.
and what
Stanley,
it means to craft
writer,
a truly
Ullman.
unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be
Chair,
yourself
gum,
and speak
table,
from the heart.
nut bar.
I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
To Lord, meet the great. Meet and greet. It says. Okay. I saw that one. The dude who came up with pizza. Yeah. Some dude in a chef hat with a thumb up. Oh shoot, that scared me actually. I liked how the buttons were in the background. It said Stanley and there were a bunch of people shouting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
And
room.
is
Perhaps he had
never
simply
the
missed a memo.
end. What does computers say?
No
Some
matter how
messed
hard
up
Stanley
stuff now.
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Awaiting input. Oh, it's this computer. Do input. How do you input? Yeah, the keyboard's not working for the input. So, I guess that some secret thing that I have to figure out. Or I look up a video on it, but I would like to learn it myself eventually.
When Stanley came to a
We'll
set of two
eventually
open
figure it out.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I'll go left. Let's try to see what the true, legitimate ending is.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
No.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The narrator's
The moment
ending
he entered his
of the
manager's
game.
office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take.
I don't remember.
Any man to take. He fell to his knees.
I keep on
bursting
forgetting
into
the
half
code.
moans,
I'm not
half
really good at
sobs,
numbers
the
because I have a
guttural
headache.
retching of life from a man
I
denied
always
any
have
hope,
headaches though.
any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone,
Probably
paralyzed
should
by fear
look
for
into
nearly a
that,
full
but
hour. But when at last he began
probably
to move
has to
about
do
and
with
survey
something
the
like sleep
situation,
apnea or
he found a
something,
keypad
which
behind the
is
boss's
annoying
desk.
to
What
treat.
could it mean?
So I have to
Was
use
it a
that little
sign of hope
machine.
for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845.
2845.
Statistically, nearly impossible, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the
2845.
newly opened
I got it.
passageway.
Let's go. Let's go. Two, 8, 4, 5.
Stanley walked straight ahead through
And
the
we can
large
also
door
see what
of
the
red
escape
mind
room
control facility.
does exactly after this ending.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
I just want to see what
What horrible
this ending
secret
has.
did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
It's a very funny game.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true
I wish I
nature
could go into this
each bore
completely
the number of an
blindly,
employee in the building.
but I
Stanley's
did
co-workers.
actually watch
The lives
Kaboom
of so
Ending,
many individuals reduced to images on a
and
screen.
so the
And
humor
Stanley,
is kind of
one them,
lost.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom
But
meant
that's
nothing.
okay. The humor is still there for some stuff.
This
lot of stuff,
mind-controlled
actually.
facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all
happened?
this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his
Elevator.
emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't
let's go.
accept it. His own
Let's go
life
up.
in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he
Hit the
truly
halfway
spent
point
his
of the
entire life
stream.
utterly blind to the world?
I probably will go
Here
on
was the proof.
past
The
the
heart of the operation.
3 hours.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided
Let's
that
go
this
off.
machinery
Let's go. Turn it off. Heck yeah.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized
this the
none of
outside
this mattered
ending?
to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Oh,
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I'm playing some Stanley Parable with followers. Thank you for following though.
The feeling of liberation, the immense possibility.
I'm not even gonna pronounce the first name. I'm gonna butcher that.
Right now, that things were meant to
gentleman.
happen.
Yeah.
And Stanley
August Dear gentleman. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. This is a great game, though. I do like your play on words with the Stanley Parable. I will actually save that message. 'Cause that's actually pretty cool. I'll use that next. I'll put that as a quote in someone I know's YouTube channel.
All of his co-workers were.
I'll put that.
This isn't the right office.
In the description of mine.
Is this Stanley's office?
Alright. Let's grab the notepad out. Just give me 1 second. Throw that in there. Maybe I'll do that from now on. Put funny quotes from stream. The description of the videos. So that's the new content
Stanley
over
came
there.
to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
To the left. There's a couple more endings that
Yet there was not
you can
a
get
single
this
person
way.
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's
I know the
office,
broom
hoping
closet
he
has
might
an
find an
ending.
answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Wait, what? Whoa. That door opens. Oh. I didn't even know about this area. Okay, where is this gonna lead me? Does it just kind of play elevator music the whole time? And not let me off of this elevator for forever? What did that say? Oh, the narrator singing. I can hear him. I think it's back here, right here. Elevator music. Who came up with elevator music, I wonder? That's a good question. Probably someone that's making bank. If it's copyrighted. Oh, a text. Alright, now this is just getting kind of annoying. All I had to do was press down? Oh, that was annoying. What?
Stepping into
I
his
thought I was
manager's
stuck
office,
in there.
Stanley was once again
My head's kinda
stunned to
hurting.
discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered. Desperate for
It's
answers, he began turning the room over
2845.
looking for
I
clues.
got it.
Stanley was
I
in
know
such
the
a
code
rush to
now.
get through the story as
Ooh.
quickly as possible, he didn't even
Let's
have
go.
a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That
Yeah,
kind of
screw you.
anxiety isn't healthy.
I know the
So he
code.
relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
No. 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 Please turn off the music. Oh. Oh.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Alright. Maybe it's better to let the narrator talk. Because he's just gonna force you to stay there until that it's pretty much the time anyways. Now I know that.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Oh
Mind
yeah. I
Control
was gonna
Facility.
try the escape
Although
path.
this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
No. That's nice. I want to go
The door
to the
behind
end of
him
this
was not
path.
shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Man, that's always
At this
long.
point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
How did Stanley even live that jump?
As the machine whirred into
Oh, you
motion,
can actually
Stanley
crouch in
was
this game.
inched closer
What?
and closer to his demise.
I haven't even
He
tried that
reflected
button
that his life had
until
been
now.
of no consequence whatsoever.
Oh, look. I'm
Stanley
crouching.
can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the
Oh,
real story.
I'm scared.
Trapped
No.
forever in his
No.
narrow vision of what this
No.
world is.
No.
Perhaps his death was of no great loss.
If you're not looking,
Plucking
it's
the
not
eyeballs
happening.
from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end
No.
to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No. No, it's not happening. No, my death. Oh,
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led
New
helplessly
narrator.
into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him
Obliterated.
instantly.
I wish I could talk like that. I wish I could talk without, like, messing up on
And
words.
yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley
That's
would
just the
restart
thing I have to
game,
deal with,
back
though,
in his
in
office,
life.
as alive as ever.
Everybody get
What
mistakes.
exactly did the
Yeah,
narrator
issues.
think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he
Was
hit
this
start?
Stanley's office, and then this is, like, office layout. Yeah, so that's Stanley's office right here at the end of the hallway. And then where's the two-door room? Yeah, this is the two-door room. Okay. The two doors. I get it. I understand. Oh, this is very peaceful. And nature paintings. That's pretty cool. I like taking pictures of nature. See, I would love to go see snow. I've never been to snow. Or at least, I don't remember if I ever been. Maybe I was younger and did. But I don't really remember ever seeing snow. Button sounds. Ooh, I like that one. Yeah. Do it. Do it. I gotta get a soundboard up and running on my stream deck. It's gonna be so good when I can. I haven't got around to doing that yet though. That'll be fun. I need like sounds and copyright free ones on top of that. I don't really want to deal with copyright. Zone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. That would have been awesome. But the action game would have been scientists and would wage war against the narrator. Become scientists. The action game would become scientists. Sentient. That says sentient. It would wage war against the narrator. You realize shortly after starting to build it that it was far too junky and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people anticipated it as making fun of people who like scooters. What? It's a bike. Which was not our intention. Where's the scooter? I don't see a scooter in this photo. Ooh, that's Stanley's office with a bunch of money in it. Fun. Ultra Deluxe Edition announcements in December. Announced the Ultra Deluxe Edition version of Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. There are screenshots of the videos we made the announcement and the game's delay. Farm Martus. Subject. A question brought forth by the intent of passion. Oh, I didn't read all that. Capybaras. That'd be awesome. What? Why is there not a capybara in this game? Narrator. How do you stay in shape? I'm not gonna read everything. And that was a really long paragraph. How was I supposed to read all that in one go? I read kind of slow. How do you make an RPG? JRPG. Are these actual, like, stuff from people? I bet this is. I bet these are emails from actual people that wrote in to the developer. Are you a rock? Maybe it's still updating. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, We ask people to email the narrator for questions. So these are emails that the narrator got. Okay. Are these real though? I bet they are. There are some pretty funny ones in there. The lounge. Yeah. This is a good area. The cargo lift. Heck yeah. What's that sound? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice ending to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Huh. I didn't even get the apartment ending yet. So this is a compile of all the endings. Not all the endings, probably. But a lot of them. Alright, how did I get out of this area? The countdown ending. How do I even complete the countdown ending? Boss's office. So this is what it started out as. Without any textures and stuff. It just pretty much basic outline. Then it turned into turned into that, and then this. Alright. Narrator's outtakes. Yeah. The narrator did outtakes in a room like this with a light going around. Yeah. Not creepy at all. It's not gonna kill you. Alright. I don't know the way out, but I will figure it out. I don't really want to read all the endings because it's gonna be spoilers for actually when I get those endings. Oh, here it is.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
No, I can't see.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program.
Oh
They
shoot, now I'm
both
gonna
fail.
die.
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move
Press-
forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true
Press
choice.
pause and so she's like quit. Yeah, I choose that. I chose my path. Did I get an ending for that? Nope.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Dang.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright. New content will be in the next video.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered
It's still
the
part
door
of this
and
stream,
left.
but next video. For YouTube video.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave
You just
of
need to edit
disbelief,
a
Stanley
ton of
decided to
YouTube
go up to
videos
his
tonight.
boss's office. Coming to
Let's
a
go
staircase,
down.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as
Can't
Stanley
jump. I just
pondered
got
this,
achievement.
He began to
Heck
make
yeah.
other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why
Oh,
did
yeah.
doors close
I can't see my
automatically
feet.
behind him wherever he went?
Yeah, the
And
doors
for
are
that
closing.
matter, these
Oh.
rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were
Yeah.
they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself.
This
is
was
all
the
too
beginning.
strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! he
No.
yelled. This is all a dream.
No, not a
What
dream.
relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on
Oh,
a
I want to go on
magical
top of the
starfield,
car.
and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm
Yep.
dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew
This
for
is
certain beyond a doubt
gonna
that
repeat.
this was
Just
in
keep
fact
on
a dream.
repeating.
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress
No, I
on his
can't.
back.
I can't even. I don't
The
even know
fresh
what I'm
air
doing
of a
anymore.
world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this
I
dream.
can hear myself
I
walking
wish
around.
it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything
Just
will
going
be
in a
fine.
circle.
I am okay.
I am okay.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss, I have an office, I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real, I must be.
Oh, the screen's going all red.
Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Okay.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Okay.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go
How
call
did
for an
Stanley
ambulance,
collapse
for
dead
just
on
a
the
few
sidewalk?
brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
Not all the time,
I
though.
am sane. I am in control.
Some crazy
of my
people
mind. I
really
know
good at
what is
hiding it.
real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Turned and ran. She didn't care about a dead body. But honestly, what would someone that stumbles upon a dead body in real life do? Like, you probably would freak out. Alright. That was great. We saw a bunch of endings for how the narrator wanted us to go, and then how the narrator didn't want us to go. But pretty much going into the general location, boss's office, or going down the stairs. Or we got a lot more endings to explore. That was we explored a couple endings, like 4 or 5. 4, I think 4 in this ending. In this video. Alright, so if you like this video, like it, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Alright, bye.